action!
Hey guys, what's up? I'm FUNKO J, and today I am really excited because we're going to be doing something that we have never done before, and that is flocking a pop vinyl. I'm going to let Dad do this one.
Hi.
What the hell? Because if he stuffs it up, then it's not my fault. Yay! So stay tuned to see which pop we're going to flock and if he messes it up or not.
Oh, hi! Elmo's so happy to see you!
Okay guys, so as you know, FUNKO J said I'm allowed to flock this Elmo, so this is the one we're going to flock. We've stole this off FUNKO J's little sister H, and she's going to let us attempt to flock it. We've never flocked anything before, so wish us luck. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do this is obviously Elmo. You're going to need a bowl, a fine sieve, and I'll explain why you need that in a tick. Some Mod Podge, because that's what you're going to stick the flocking to Elmo with. You're going to need a spoon, any old spoon, no one cares, and just a brush you're comfortable with to paint. All's good. Now, what we did was we bought, you can go to a lot of websites on the net and you can buy flocking. Now, obviously this is the stuff that makes the pop vinyls that furry feeling, which they call flocked. We've realised there's two different types. You can buy it in any colour pretty much you like. But as you can see with this flocking, it seems to have gone into like little balls. And it's like really coarse. See all this? Can you see that? Yeah, there it is, sorry. All little balls. So I think we should have bought flocking powder, not just flocking. But I think I may have a way around that so it becomes nice and fluffy. Hence the reason you need a sieve. So the first thing we need to do is obviously get Elmo out of the box. So if you squeeze this ending like that and just gently pop it open, you can open it and not get that bendy mark in the tab. So let's get Elmo out. And because you're using glue, etc., it's probably a good idea to get your box out of the way so you don't damage it, which is done. Right, so as you can see, I've just got plain old Elmo. Alright, so Elmo can just sit there and wait for us to do what we have to do. Okay, so in your bowl, you need a sieve and your flocking. Alright, now this stuff is really fluffy and it makes one hell of a mess. Just tip some in the sieve. And like, this is full on Elmo red. You couldn't have got any better. And just gently work it through the sieve. And I don't know if my arm's in the way, but you just gently work it through the sieve with a spoon or your fingers. Just push it through and all the little lumpy bits will go through. Now I've already sieved this and I let it sit for a few nights and the bag got moved around inside the house a few times or whatever else and it instantly went back to its fluffy balls. So this is either going to be awesome or an absolute disaster. Either way, we owe H a new pop. Alright, so when you get to this point, where all the balls are gone, you'll see that the bowl is filled for this real nice fluffy flocking. And that's what I'm hoping we can use, alright? So let's get this all done first, and then we'll move on to the next step. So what we've realised is that when we put the flocking through the sieve and push it through like we're doing, once it gets in the bowl, it actually clumps up again. So that was sort of just a waste of time. So we're going to try something else. We actually tested before how to work on another pop vinyl, and it was terrible. So we've had another idea that what we might do is we'll tip the flocking as is into the sieve. We'll then hold Elmo under the sieve as such and shake it on it because all the fine particles will land on him, and that way he should actually flock a lot better. So that's what we're going to try now. So the first thing you need to do is use Mod Podge. Mod Podge is basically a glue that can be used on pretty much anything, and we've used it before in Funko J's glitter videos. So go and have a look at them if you've not seen us use it before. It's water-based, so it doesn't make any mess. Very easy to clean up. It has a slight smell to it that if you've got your face over it quite a bit, it can give you a bit of a headache, so just be careful and wary of that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to paint some Mod Podge, and I've got glitter everywhere here because I've used it so many times. So what we want to do is just paint all over his body, and I'm going to do the bottom of his body first. You don't want it to pool. You don't want lots of glue pooling, because if it does, then when you put the flocking on, it'll just all run to one spot. So try and be as even with the Mod Podge as you can to make it look right. Right. So if you see it like a pool of it, just spread it out a bit thinner somewhere else. Just keep working back and forth. Walk back and forth over the pop. And just keep adding a little bit at a time. You don't need much, you just need enough. But make sure, especially with these like monster ones, especially Elmo, maybe Grover would be another good one because he's blue, he looked cool, is that you've got to really get in all the grooves with the Mod Podge so that it actually takes on the contours of his body properly. Otherwise you'll have like bits missing, and like we've never done this before, so this could be an absolute disaster. And if it is, I'll blame Funko J. How about that? That sounds fair to me. Alright, so we'll just keep going all over his body here. Nice fine coat, get in all the grooves. I don't know how this stuff goes if you miss a bit. I'm not sure if you can paint over it and go again. So I guess the idea would be try and get it right the first time. Now, we've made a deal with H that if we destroy her Elmo pop, we're going to have to buy her a new one. But if we succeed and it looks really cool, she's going to keep it. I know which one I'd prefer. And that is obviously that H keeps the one we do. So I've noticed it's pooling a lot between the fingers there and under his arms. Much like when you go running and you start sweating, I guess. Except Elmo's sweating glue. Alright, I'll get that under there. Make sure you got everything. And once I'm finished going around his whole body, I'll then go back over and work the pools out a bit. Now this Mod Podge is pretty compliant. It'll stay wet for quite a while, but once you put it under a heat source, like outside in the sun or a heat gun or whatever else, it dries really quick. It's so versatile, this stuff. We use it when we're glittering pops. The glitter sticks to it like nobody's business. And it actually dries pretty quick, and then you can use it as a clear to put over the top of the glitter to stop it actually coming off again. So it's a sealer as well. Alright, I think it looks alright. There's a couple of little pools in there. We'll get rid of that bit. And his fingers have got a lot, so we might wipe a bit of excess off here. Alright, he's looking pretty damn good. Alright, here we go. Oh, whoops, look at that. And he forgot his foot. That would have been a disaster. He would have one normal, one non-hairy foot. Alright, that's looking pretty good to me. Everything seems to be covered. Here comes the scary bit. Monster joke. Okay. This is where we have a bit of fun. So we'll just put him in there for a minute. Put some flocking in. And we'll hold little Elmo up. And wish me luck, everybody. Oh, you don't want to breathe this stuff in. Wow. Now I think he may be working. I know it's hard to see, guys. Bear with me. I think little Elmo has just been flocked. Look at that. Worked a treat. Love it when that happens. Just touch up a few little spots. Just make sure you got it all in there, especially his little fingers. Like, I can't tell you though, once you put the flocking on, you got to hold on good because he becomes so slippery. Okay. So there is Elmo. He's got red eyes like he's had a big night out on the alcohol. Just give him a little tap and all the excess flocking falls off. Wow, you don't breathe this stuff in, guys. It's everywhere. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but he is flocked perfectly. Wow. Okay, so there you go. That's the first part done. Now we have to put him out in the sun and let him dry, and then we'll wipe off the excess, and then we'll paint his big red head. Okay, so the flocking is dried and it is stuck on perfectly. Very, very happy with that. That's a great result. So now we're going to do the head. So, same thing as last time. Bit of Mod Podge, bit of glue. Start painting. Okay. So here comes the messy bit. So you tip the flocking in, and as I've learnt from last time, you don't need a great amount. Ooh. So there we go. Just gently . Looking good so far. Try not to drop him. Oh, they're so, once you put the flocking on, it's so slippery to hang onto. And you want to make sure you get all the little grooves in and around his head, up near his eyes, top of his head. There you go, that gets all the eyes to fix that problem. Alright. There you go. Little Elmo is flocked. Wow, okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, there's bits of, I can see there's bits of glue showing through, but that's alright. The glue's still wet, so you can just update it and put more on it. That's easy. And that covered that. Another thing you can do is just press it down a bit with your finger if you'd like. And that'll force it to stick to the glue pretty quick. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's anywhere I've missed. There's a tiny little bit there. Very good. One flocked Elmo. Now, you can use another thing. You can get like a really soft makeup brush. And that'll take all that excess off around his eyes, etc. I wouldn't do this until it dried properly. Like you rub it over the rest. Like that little bit there. It's got the clumpy. See, all fixed. One little flocked Elmo. He looks amazing. I'm so happy with him. So here we have Elmo all finished and flocked. A good coat of flocking has made him look magnificent. I've let the Mod Podge dry overnight, and this is the result. So when you pick him up now, you don't get flocking that actually falls on the ground. He's actually all stuck on and good and proper. I strongly suggest though, if you're going to do this, I didn't do it and I wish I had have, is wear a face protector, a respiratory mask, anything just to cover your nose and mouth, because when you're shaking the flocking, all the dust that you can't see floats around the room and you breathe it in, and I've now got a very sore throat. So big suggestion, guys, wear a mask, and probably goggles wouldn't hurt either. I think he's came out awesome. Very happy.
Well, that turned out a lot better than what I thought. Dad didn't mess it up. Yay! Yeah, so we flocked Elmo. That was actually, I thought that it was going to mess up so terribly, but it didn't. He turned out really good. What do you guys think of this pop? Hopefully now that you've watched this video, it's easier for you to flock a pop. Flocking was actually pretty cheap here in Australia. It was $16, I think, for the large bag. And you could flock way more pops than just one with a large bag, which is really cool. About 10 at the least. I actually really like how he turned out. I'm actually pretty speechless for this pop because, yeah, once again, I just thought that it was gonna go and then it would just be if you guys do this, which I really hope that you do, I'd like to see what it turned out to be like. So tell me about it in the comments for this video, or talk to me about it on Instagram, because I'd really like to see it and find out how it went. As always, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And as always, this is Funko J, and the now adorably flocked Elmo out. See yous.